The Obama administration is pushing to scuttle a bipartisan proposal that would put detainees on trial in Gitmo, possibly for good. Illinois Senator Mark Kirk, Republican of the Senate Appropriations Committee. And Senator, good morning. Welcome back here to America's Newsroom. What would this bill settle, do you believe?
Well, it actually raises new issues. I'm very concerned about this language because it expands the authority of the president to arrest anyone, including U.S. citizens, on U.S. soil if the president alleges that they committed an act of terrorism or were part of al-Qaeda or the Taliban. The critical thing is Americans would not have to be presented to a civilian court. All the decisions on their detention would be made by the U.S. military and the president, and our rights are inalienable. I don't think Congress has this power.
Wow, so there would be no civilian trials if you're picked up as a terror suspect.
That's right.
It would be only military tribunals.
Well, I'm very concerned about this because I served in Afghanistan for 3 reserve tours. I swore an oath to the Constitution as a sailor and as a senator. And our rights as U.S. citizens are inalienable. We have a large military establishment to defend the country, mainly overseas. But here in the United States, especially if you're a United States citizen, you have rights that are protected by the Constitution, and no Congress and no president can take it away. I'm very concerned that under this process, you could be detained by the U.S. military only on the accusation from the president, and no civilian court would have jurisdiction.
Well, if this bill went through, and by the way, it has bipartisan support, Democrats are on board this too, would this keep Guantanamo Bay open for good?
It's likely. The Congress has already prohibited transfer of Guantanamo Bay detainees to the United States, and so the president lost that battle about a year ago.
All right, so there's a veto threat from the White House right now. I mean, maybe everything that's going on the Senate floor could be all for naught anyway, would it?
That's right. Also, you know, senators like Rand Paul and I on the right are also concerned because we think your rights as a United States citizen are inviolate. And if you are picked up, it's pursuant to civilian authority and you appear before a civilian court. No American citizen picked up inside the United States should be dragged before a military detention authority.
All right, Mark Kirk, thank you for your time today. By the way, I want to ask you about some breaking news because I know you're very much in tune with what's happening in Iran today. Apparently, a number of people stormed the British embassy. Has that been resolved, and what is your effort in this?
No, students have taken over the British embassy, seized classified documents. About 50 personnel are there. It's shades of the 1979 Iran hostage crisis that lasted 444 days. And ironically, the Senate is considering the Menendez-Kirk amendment today to collapse the central bank of Iran because of its support for terror and its nuclear program. It's well-timed action by the Senate in the face of a brazen act by the Iranian government against the British embassy.
Well, in the past, when there have been sanctions brought down on Iran, they seem to be doing just okay, or A-okay in many cases. We'll see whether or not this effort gets anywhere. Mark Kirk, thank you. The Senator out of Illinois.
Thank you.
Hemmer at Fox News.